Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another video on JavaScript methods and events in 30 days challenge. Today we are going to be doing the Mousemove event. And basically, the Mousemove event is triggered whenever the mouse pointer is moved over an element, just like the one you are seeing right on your screen. So in this video, we are going to do this practical example on how to use the Mousemove event. And by the end of this video, you should be able to solidify your understanding on how to use this Mousemove event. So to get started, I will navigate to my index.html file to show you what I have already. Here we have a div with an ID of tracker, which is the element that you're seeing right here. And then I have linked my JavaScript file and then my CSS file as well. So inside my CSS file, I have given it some styles like that. And if I refresh my web page, you can see that the element has an absolute positioning. So life is great. So we are going to start everything from zero. So back to my JavaScript file, I have selected the ID of tracker with the getElementById method. So now what I want to do is to go with document.addEventListener. The event that we are going to use is called the Mousemove, just like that. And now we need to pass in our callback function. We'll go with function keyword. But since we are going to access some property of the event object, we need to pass in the parameter right here, and I will call it event. So what do we want to do? We want to get the horizontal position and then the vertical position of the mouse. So for us to actually do that, I'll go with const mouseX, and then I will assign it to event object. And now we need to access some property. So the property that we are looking for is called the clientX. And I will do the same thing for the vertical position as well. So I'll go with event.clientY, just like that. So if you really want to see what we are having, let's log this item to the console. So I'll go with mouseX and then mousey, just like that. So now we get to my web page, go to the console. And right now, every time I move my mouse on the web page, you can see the horizontal and then the vertical position of the mouse, just like that. Now that we're having that, it's very easy for us to add more functionalities to our element. So to get started, the next thing that we want to do is to make sure that our mouse stays in the middle of this element every time we're moving our mouse all around. So to do that, we're going to create a variable trackerX. And now what we want to do, we want to select the mouse X, and then we are going to minus it from the width of our element. So to actually get the width of the element, we need to go with offset width. And then we are going to divide it by 2. We need to do the same thing for the height. So I'll go with tracker height, just like that. And then in here, I need to pass in mouse Y. And then the height of the item is going to be offset height, just like that. So the final thing we have to do for this item to be moving all over is to set the left property and then the top property of this element. So if you look at our styles.css, we didn't set the top and then the left property of this element. So we can actually do that based on the movement of the mouse. So for you to actually understand, I'll go with tracker, which is the element that is right here. And now we are going to access the style property. And then we need to set the left to the trackerX. So every time the mouse moves to the left, the element that we have right here is going to move as well. So I'll go with trackerX. And in here, I need to pass in my $sign and then my curly bracket and pass in trackerX and then set the pixel. So I need to do the same thing for the top as well. So I'll go with top. And in here, all I have to do is to change the X to Y. So now, if I refresh my web page, look at it. Every time I move my mouse, this element is going to follow it all around. This is a core functionality that you can add in your project. If you're very creative enough, you can do more than this. So guys, this is our project. This is our tutorial. I hope you've learned something today. If you do, make sure that you stay updated, make sure that you practice, and never miss a day. So guys, with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.